and heels touching. Let's go right there. Good. All right, so we'll take a breath before we get into pranayama today. So let's go to bring your arms up, big inhale overhead, and then exhale, heart center. And then just take a second. I want you today, just close your eyes. Take a moment here. You can rock front to back on the feet to maybe separate the feet just slightly. As we get started with practice too, always remember every day that we practice will look and feel a little bit different. So don't force into any postures. If you feel like when you're in practice, more stuff is a little bit easier, just try to let go of that expectation today. And then just take a nice breath, nice and slow, in and out through your nose. Good, and then we'll come into pranayama. So go ahead and open your eyes. Take an interlace of your hands even across the thumbs, bring them in. So thumbs to throat, knuckles to chin. Try to draw the elbows in, and then belly stays pulled in the whole time. Good, we'll take just about 5 rounds today. So inhale, slowly let the elbows rise and lift. Take them as high as you can to frame your face. And then when you exhale, chin up, and it's a loud H-A-ha sound as you bring the elbows back together in front of you. Then again, inhale, arms will separate and lift, gaze comes forward, stand taller at the end. And then exhale, chin up, head back. Loud H-A-ha sound. Try not to arch your back, but to again stand up tall. Inhale again. Now this is a slow 6 count here. Keep the legs strong, but one more sip of the air at the top. And then exhale, nice and loud. So we're pushing that stale air out, consolidating the rib cage. And then again, inhale. So this breath will start to create that warming up sensation throughout your body. Take another inhale. And then exhale, push the air out. Squeeze as tight as you can as you exhale, create that compression. And then one more time, inhale, nice and slow. Again, just bring your head back to neutral, stand tall. Now again, one more big inhale, elbows up. And exhale, chin lifts, gaze back, push the air out, hold at the end. Now I'm gonna exhale a little bit more. And then just relax, arms down by your side. Good, we'll warm up here, bring your arms up overhead. Take your clasp, releasing, point your fingers, start to tick-tock nice and slow, right and left. Little stretch up as you move side to side. And then let's come back to center, taking it back and look up hands. Gently go back, just a couple inches, not too far. And then rise back to the, we'll hang toward the flat back. So when you come into it, you can bend your knees, slowly lower the hands to the floor, and then pedal your legs out right and left. Let your head hang down. Now, this is where you get to take that opportunity here to do what feels best for you today. So you can separate the feet a little bit, maybe shaking your head out, yes and no. Good. Let's take just one more breath. And then bring the feet together. If you did separate them, take your clasp, arms and ears together, rise up with a flat back to the top. And then we'll set up here for Ardha Chandrasana. So we want to try to pull the arms back to touch the ears. Behind them if you feel ready. Take an inhale, stretch up, and exhale, fold over to that right hand side. So we're looking here to create that moon shape with your body. So have feet together, legs strong here. With the hips, try to drive your hips to the left as far as you can. You might feel a little bit more weight too on the outer edge of your left foot, which is a good thing. Just try to keep that foot firmly grounded down. And then upper body, we want to think that your chest is lifted and leaning back, and then chin up away from the chest. Arms are nice and strong here. And with every inhale, we want to reach and lengthen out a little bit further. The exhales will always give you more space. As you hold the postures longer too, that will give you more room. So I'm going to take another breath. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, sink down a little bit more. Good, and then release, rise up to the top. Now, try to readjust the arms. Draw them back without pushing your hips forward, so belly in tight. Inhale, lift, and exhale, fold over to the side. So now when we fold over, we want to stop at that first point of kind of compression or resistance that you feel, and then just try to hold there as you set things up. Now again, lean back a little bit more. The more we can kind of draw things back, weight back, arms back, the deeper the stretch you're going to create, the more flexibility you'll create, but the more space ability you can find, ultimately the more strength you can utilize as well. So now legs again are strong, arms are strong. So what I want you to check in your body. Can you tighten the arms more? Squeeze them in, but draw the shoulders down. Now arms back, chin up, roll your right shoulder back, but your right hip forward. Now let's stretch a little bit more here. I want you to see if you can find more space. Come down to your deepest point and hold for one more breath. And then let's release. Good, all the way up. All right, you guys, so setting up for your back bend. When you start, just let your head go back. So you're gonna look up at your hands the entire time. Tighten up your thighs. Take an inhale, reach up, and slowly start to send the arms back. Now take this really slow. With every inhale, we wanna lift a little bit. As you exhale, that will give you, again, that space to go back. Keep your thighs strong, move your hips forward. Try not to squeeze your glutes here. Now keep looking back. Send the arms back one more time. Good, and then let's release, rise up to the top and hinge forward, nice and slow, all the way down to the floor. And then again, go ahead and pedal out your legs here, right and left, right and left, right and left a couple of times. Got it, we'll come into Padahastasana. So as you set this up, keep the feet together, bend the knees, chest to thighs, wrap your hands back, try to lift your heels, step on your fingers, then let your head fall and lift your hips up. So we wanna lift the hips up as high as you can without separating the upper body from the legs. So we wanna think stomach to thighs, chest towards the knees, one day folding and creating so much compression that your face will touch your shins as well. Now, when you're pulling down, I want you to see, can you create a generous bend in your elbows? Then wrap your elbows around the backs of your legs. Lift your shoulders away from your ears. Now to create more depth, more space at the end, I want you to lean forward a little bit further. Lift your hips again and take one more pull as you exhale. And then let's release. Find your clasp out in front and rise up to the top, slow and steady. Once you get up to the top, go ahead and just relax with the arms down. Take a deep breath. And we'll come into Utkatasana. So we're gonna separate your feet here, hip width apart. You can check spacing if you take both fists. They should fit between your big toes. And I just want you to be mindful that your feet should stay parallel the entire time. Extend your arms forward. Focus your eyes forward and then up just a little bit. Then again, and then let's go ahead and sit down. Hips move back. So now as we start to sit, a couple things to check. Weight again is in the heel. So if you look at your knees, your toes should be visible. I don't want the knees to fall in or your toes to turn out to the side. So again, feet parallel. Now we're trying to actively stretch the arms forward while relaxing the shoulders, scooping the lower part of the abdomen up away from the thighs. Now lean back more, try to sit. I want you to see, can you drop your hips so they're parallel to the floor? One more breath, come down deeper, and then let's rise to the top. Keep the arms engaged, and then part two, we're gonna lift the heels. So this one we're balancing on your toes. If you get shaky, that's okay, but back is gonna be straight. Focus your eyes again and bend your knees a little bit. Then lift your heels again, take a little more bend. Keep lifting the heels, keep bending the knees. Try to drop the hips again so they're parallel to the floor. Hips are coming down, but heels, knees, chest, everything else is lifted high. Building a lot of strength in the feet and ankles. Now hold here. Lift your heels back up all the way right to the tips of your toes. And then let's rise. Press through the feet to come up. Set the heels down. And then part three, without moving your feet, knees together. Heels can lift a little bit. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lower. Press the knees down here. Now, as you lower, I don't want you to lean forward. So chest is up again. Just go as far as you can. If you can, come down all the way. Hovering, never resting. Now, if you want to today, bounce a couple times. Good, and then let's rise all the way up. And relax. Arms down, feet together, take a breath. And we'll come into eagle. Bring your arms up overhead. Touch your palms. Right arm under left. Relax the shoulders as you swing. So we want to try to cross everything here. Fingers straight, thumbs crossed. You can always hold shoulders too if that feels better. And then drop your left shoulder. Drop your hips back. Stay low. Take your right leg up and wrap it around. Now we're crossing here. Hip, knee, ankle if you can. If you're around that ankle, flex your foot. If you're not, point your toes. Now drop your hips back, arch your back, and lift your chest. Just like before, I want your gaze point forward, but up just a little bit. That will help to maintain your stability. Try not to look down on this one. Now we're squeezing arms, squeezing legs, creating compression in the joints that you just worked in those previous two postures. And this is our first balancing posture as well today. Now at the end, what I want you to do, sit down more. Now pull your elbows down. See if you can get your hands under your nose today. Good, let's go ahead and release. Other side, inhale up. Left arm under right. Relax the shoulders, wrap things up. Now, right shoulder gonna drop down here, and then hips move back. Stay low. Left leg up and wrap. Tuck the foot if you can. Sit and squeeze. Arch your back to lift your chest. This is a slight spinal extension. So kind of think when you do cobra posture, that's what you want to feel like you're doing here. Never crunching, never hinging forward. Now again, we want shoulders level, hips level without turning here. So if you have a mirror, you can check. Both knees should be straight forward in front of you. But what's important is that squeeze. So I'm going to squeeze your thighs together, pull your elbows down. That releases that tension we tend to hold in through our shoulders. Take one more breath on this side. Good, let's release. Bring the arms up overhead. Relax the hands down. Take a deep breath here, and we'll get into our standing and balancing postures. So shift your body weight over to your left leg. As we set up here with all of these balancing postures, we want a firm foundation leg. So we're lifting the knee up, squeezing the thigh, but also lifting through this hip. Just make sure you're not dumping your weight out. Find your focal point, pick up your right leg, and flex your toes. Take your hands, reach down, see if you can clasp them around the ball of your foot. If you can't reach your foot, you're always welcome to hold your shin, but try to get there as much as you can. Lift your chest up, take an inhale breath. Exhale, start to extend your leg out. So the leg is parallel. We don't want to lift it up. I don't want it to pull you down. So it's heel forward and toes to your face. Now just hold here for a couple breaths. We're settling in to the balance here. Still again, working to get hamstrings to open up. So you can always kind of pull that right foot back and then try again. If you feel like your legs are both straight, then we can move to part 3, which we bend the elbows. So when you bend your elbows, they're going to come straight down and kind of wrap around the calf muscle. Make sure they're not bowing out to the side. If you can now get your elbows to touch your calf, then you're ready for head to knee. So what you're going to do is look down at your standing big toe, and then you're going to round down. We want to push through the heel a little bit further and then hold here now. See if you can find 1 more inch of space no matter where you're at today. Nice job, you guys. Good. Let's go ahead and release. Come out in reverse order if you can. Just relax, stand tall, take a breath. And then we'll take it to the other side. Remember too, both sides will feel different, so don't force it if the other side gave you more space. Shift your body weight over to your right leg, stand up tall. Left leg lifts, toes flexed. Reach for the foot. Remember, walk the hands down the shin. You can even take your knee out to the side. There are no rules on how you grab your foot. Just try to make sure thumbs go on the bottom as well. Then lift your chest up and slowly begin to press that heel forward. Good. Now, when the heel comes forward, what I want you to do, don't let that standing knee bend forward. Tighten it back up and squeeze. These balancing postures here too, we are building so much strength, so much stability through that standing leg. This posture too is all about focus and concentration. So set your gaze point. If your legs are straight, try to bend the elbows. When you do that, that's when the backgrounds, biceps, shoulders coming into play. Good, focus and breathe. If you're ready for head to knee today, go ahead and look down first, find your balance, and then try here. All you have to do is try your best. It's okay to fall. If you do, just come right back into it. Let's take 1 more breath. See if you can find a little more space. Good, and then let's release. Come on, nice and slow. Just relax here. Arms down, take a breath, stand tall. Good, standing bow. Right elbow comes into your hip, palm facing up. Relax your hand back. Now with your hand, you're gonna reach and grab the inside arch of your foot. All 5 fingers together. If you check to the soft part of your elbow should be pointing out, never bony structure. Drop your knee. Now today, what we're gonna do is just take a 10 count hold. So I'm gonna reach your left arm up. Here we go, nice and steady. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, kick and lower for 10, 9, 8. Open your chest. Slowly bring your upper body down so your arm is parallel to the floor. Chin by your shoulder. Now hold here for 3, 2, 1 more time. Kick up and release. Good. Come up. Relax. Take a deep breath. Other side. So again, left elbow comes in. Drop the hand back. Grab the foot on the inside. Knee down. Now shoulders here. Right arm up. You're going to reach up with that right shoulder, down with the left shoulder. 10 counts. Here we go. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to kick for 10, 9, 8. Slowly lowering down here. Lift your chin. Focus in front of that right middle finger. Now, I want you to get to your maximum effort here. One more count, lift up and kick and release. Good. Come on up, relax. Step to the back edge of your mat. We'll come into Tula Dandasana. So we are creating here a capital T shape with your body. This is a 10-second hold. Bring your, take the same class we had before in Ardha Chandrasana. Chin up, right leg. Step forward, left toes point, and then hinge forward. Find that capital T. Once you have found where you feel like you're at parallel, that's when we want to reach further. Imagine here somebody is holding your wrist and your ankle and stretching your body out from end to end. Now bring your chest down more, your leg up higher. Point your toes, and then let's release. Good. Rise up, step back. Other side now, left foot step, right toes point, slowly lower down. Keep reaching here. Keep breathing. This is your cardio posture, so hold. Belly in and drop your right hip down. Lift your leg a little higher, stretch it out through the arms, and then let's release. Good. Rise up and step back. Arms relax down. Good. Let's take a turn to the side. Staying at that back edge of your mat, you can even keep your heels on the line of the mat here, and that will help with your alignment. Bring your arms up, touch the palms, step out to the side. So as we step out, a wider stance is going to be more supportive here. Turn your toes in, and that will just keep you from slipping and sliding. Leading with the chin, I'll sit up tall and hinge toward the flat back. Now, as we begin to fold here, I want you to see if you can reach and scoop up your heels from the outside. If you can't reach your heels, you can grab around the pinky edge of the foot, the ankle, or even just bring your hands to the mat. Today is fine. What we want to do now is keep looking forward. Try not to drop your head so you're rounding, but begin to pull your upper body down. So we're bending the elbows and bringing them in towards your shins. Chest is forward, shoulders are back away from the ears. Now what we're trying to do again, just like in Padasana, is create this compression. So we're stretching legs, hips, one-day spine, and completely folding, but using your strength to create the stretch. If you need more room, widen your stance a little bit here today. Lean forward a little bit more. Take another big pull as you exhale. Good, and let's release. Separate the arms wide, rise up to the top. And we'll come into triangle from here. You can pivot that right foot forward. Now begin to lunge into your right knee. You can adjust your stance here. I want you to check, make sure knee is tracking above your ankle, not forward past the toes. Flip your palms to the side. Move your arms, sit deeper to find the elbow to knee connection. So we want to sit versus round down. So I want this left hip to really drop. Now right arm, press your knee out. So if you look down, you can see your big toe. If you need extra support, feel free to rest your elbow on your knee. And left arm, look up. Make sure it's at 12 o'clock, and then you're going to open it slightly behind your body, taking a gentle twist of the upper spine. Now the weight is going to stay all in that front foot. So push down into the right foot as strong as you can. Activate the strength through that back leg. Keep your chest up. So I'm going to reach up 1 more inch with the upper body, but drop your hips in a little bit deeper. And let's release. Good. Coming up and out. And then we'll just pivot to the other side. So right foot in, left toes back. Now begin to lunge. You can bounce here too. Let your hips open up. Flip your palms, move the arms, and come in. Left elbow down and right arm high. So we're creating here all of these triangles in your body and building so much strength and stability within your hips. So we want to focus on that drop of the hips. Right hip is down, never popping up. Upper body staying lifted. So there should always be a gap between your rib cage and your left thigh. As you stay more lifted, that's how we're building and maintaining strength and stability throughout your midsection as you hold. Now use your left arm, guide your knee out. Take your right arm, open your chest back up. Good. Sit down again. And then let's release. Rise all the way in. Left toes in. Bring your arms up and feet together at the back edge of your mat. Relax your arms down. Just take a second here. Find a deep breath, slow and steady. And let's bring the arms up high. Fingers straight. This time you're just going to cross your thumbs. Step out about half the distance of your mat. And then just pivot. So your right leg is going to be your lead leg here first. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, exhale, tuck your chin and round down. So I want you to here, bend your leg, keep rounding, set your hands on the floor, tuck your chin and find that forehead to knee connection. Now, Forehead to knee connection is the most important thing. Create that compression in your throat. It's almost like a slight choking sensation, but you still should be able to breathe in and out through your nose. But you can check here too at home. You want to make sure that you're squeezing so tight there, you wouldn't be able to talk. Now the weight stays in the front leg, back leg is anchored down. So left leg is straight and active. It doesn't matter how much bend you have in that front leg, okay? So bend it as much as you need to. Arms create stability. So even if your hands are apart, try to get them straight forward so your arms are by your ears. Eventually together, again, press tight with the thumbs crossed. Now you're gonna tuck your chin more. Look more towards your navel, think shoulders to the ceiling, belly up into the spine. Now exhale all your air, straighten your leg a little bit more. Good. And let's rise. Cross the thumbs, hands together. Inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll take to the other side. So just pivot on your mat. So now left leg will be that lead leg. Then square your hips. So right hip bumps, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin and roll. Bend your leg and slowly lower down. Take your hands to the floor, then find that forehead to knee connection. Now tuck your chin, belly up. Good, almost there here. See if you can get your hands a little bit closer together now. Let's take one more breath, nice and easy. And then let's release, nice job there, good. Inhale to the top. And then relax here. Just go ahead and relax your arms. Bring your feet together. Face that front edge of your mat. And we'll come into tree and toe stand today to wrap up those standing postures. So I'm going to shift your body weight back over to your left leg. Same thing as we talked about before. Gaze forward and up just a little bit. You're welcome to, you guys, use a wall, anything you need to help support your balance today. Pick up your right leg. So knee stays up. Left hand is going to scoop up underneath. So we're pulling up as if you're doing just a simple bicep curl. But the knee stays up while we place the foot. Once your foot is at your hip, then this right hip can begin to open. Knee will start to fall down. Right hand to heart center. Lift your chest, shoulders down. Now focus your eyes. If you're feeling any tension in your knee, feel free to just set your foot on your calf muscle or even toes to the floor today. What we're trying to do is open this nice wrap around through your hip. So never the knee. Try not to stick your tailbone back, lift your chest. If your foot stays, your other hand can come up. But if your foot slowly sinks down, just hold it the entire time, even if the knee's up a little bit higher. And then we're gonna transition into toe stand today. So to get into toe stand, what you're gonna do is start to lean forward with your upper body. You can pause here too, see how the balance, but bend your standing leg. When you bend, it's gonna make it a million times easier for your hands to touch the floor. And then you're gonna lift your heel so you can sit on it. Once you're sitting on your heel, you're going to slowly walk the hands around to the side of the body, lift your chest. Now again, gaze can be forward or down at the floor. On this side, what we want to do is bring the left hand up to heart center first. Then just see where your balance is. If you feel good, you can bring that right hand up to balance as well. Take a couple breaths no matter where you're at. Nice job. Good, one more breath. The toe stands to rise. Rock your weight forward. Press your hips up. Grab your foot here. And then a big inhale to lift. And then let's go ahead and release. Good, you guys. Set that down. Relax, take a breath. Other side. Shift your body weight over. Stand up tall. Okay, so left knee comes up. Remember, keep that knee up first. That will keep any pressure from the outside portion of the knee. Bring your foot up into your hip. Slowly open your right hip. Toes pointed. Eventually with the bottom of the foot to be completely facing out. Knee drops down. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders down. Just focus, balance, and just breathe. Slow and steady breath is what is important here. Again, both sides will feel different. If you have been spending more time sitting, if you have to be at the desk a lot for work right now, remember this one is going to take a little bit longer to open things up. Don't force it, just go slow. And then if you want to come into over here, just start to lean forward first. Slowly coming into it, you can bend this leg. You can even bring your hands to the floor here. And then just pause there. But if you did on the other side, just try your best. If you didn't do it on the other side, you can still try this side. Eventually, both hands will come up to heart center. Just take a moment, you guys. Find your balance wherever you are at. This is that point where we get to start to calm your body down before you get to the floor or finish up the practice. Take one more breath. Nice job. Let's go and release at the top. Once you're there, go ahead and bring your feet together. Arms down by your side, and we'll take a breath together. Bring your arms up, big inhale overhead. Exhale to heart center. Take a bow to your standing practice. And let's come into Shavasana. So go ahead and turn around.